Okay, let's start. Hi, Tom Walker. Welcome to the Energy Star Talk.
Hello.
How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad.
So, talk about the new stuff. We are very, very looking forward to. What's coming up for us?
Well, my album's coming out on the 1st of March. It's called What a Time to Be Alive, because I think it's pretty good and bad times to be alive right now, which arguably every point in history is, but you know. So now I'm really excited. We did a lot of stuff last year. I think really busy touring and in the studio, so it was a crazy year. I think we counted at the end of the year, it was 127 flights.
So what kind of music can we expect? Is it the, not to be negative about it, the common kind of style from Tom Walker, like this romantic, cool, very deep kind of music, or what can we expect?
So there was a lot of writing, and I only picked the really special ones, and all the special ones to me are the ones about my friends or my family or my life, or you know, stuff that I think people will connect with because they've gone through something similar. And I think that's kind of the underlining tone in all my songs. I'm not trying to, I think some of them are a bit depressing, but with an underlining tone of hope, you know? So depressing at first, but then you're like, but it's going to be okay.
So as you just said, you wrote about 100 songs, and it's like, is it really hard for you to just pick out the ones who will be on the album then in the end?
Well, I had the complete opposite problem that I thought I would have. I was actually like, oh wow, this is a good one, and this is a good one, and then I was like, okay, there's 30 songs here, I can't put them out on an album. There were some really special ones on there. I did a track with Zara Larsson and Steve Mack, who I wrote Leave a Light on with. I'm really excited for people to hear that because it's totally different from what I've done before. It's mostly kind of falsetto and a place in my voice that I never really go to, and it's very stripped back and like minimal but powerful at the same time. So I'm really excited for people to hear that. I think it's something totally different that they've not heard before. So there's a track on there called The Show where we went into Rack Studios in London, which is like one of the best studios in London, and the band hadn't heard it until they turned up that day. So we rehearsed it a few times, and then we played it and we captured it in one take, and we ended up using that take. And then on top of that, we got horn sections in and added extra guitars and extra kind of brass and stuff. And it was just so cool. So it's a real mix of stuff, you know. I think there's something for everyone on this album. We did a song called Fade Away, which is just me and a piano and a string section. It's super cinematic and really beautiful. And yeah.
Are you that kind of guy who writes all this music at home, like, you know, together with some friends, or are you going to maybe like other musicians, like to Los Angeles or a sunny place with a beach? Where do you get your creativity ideas from?
I think I've written most of the album in and around London. I've been to LA to do a few writing sessions, but it's too sunny over there. Everyone's too happy, you know. Nah, too positive. I think they've got a different kind of process out there. I know a lot of writers who've been out to LA to write, and I've got nothing against LA or America in general, but I think there's a lot of writers in the session, so there's like 6 people in one room, and that to me is like chaos. Like, it's normally me or 1 or 2 other people maximum. Any more than that, and it's just too many cooks in the kitchen. And you know, if you're that guy and there's 7 people there and you've not said anything for an hour, you feel like you have to say something, even if it's not good, just to chip in, to be like, I promise I've done something. I promise. So it's not always constructive, I don't think.
I feel you. Cool. So you just said you had a tough time last year, like a busy time. Did you have any day off to just relax and calm down a little bit?
I think I had about 7 days off last year, something crazy. But I went to Sri Lanka with my girlfriend, and I proposed to her, so she's now my fiance, which is really cool. So yeah.
Wow! Yeah. Congratulations!
Thank you very much. So I re-released, because I wrote a song about her. Like 3.5 years ago, called Just You and I, and we've just re-released that now. And I wanted to re-release it because we just got engaged, and that was the song I wrote when I had no money and no job, and some reason she liked me still. And we've been together now for 6 years, and we're still going strong, so I think it's pretty special. So
are you that kind of guy who does everything from his own life into his music, like doing it like a little bit of, maybe let's call it therapy sessions or diary writing or something like that? Do you put everything in your music?
Songwriting is therapy as far as I'm concerned. I think that's why I started doing it. I started songwriting because it felt like the natural thing to do. You know, I didn't ever think I was going to be a songwriter or a singer or an artist. I just started songwriting because I thought it was cool. So it's a proper good outlet, you know. You feel a lot better when you get all your problems out onto paper and you can see them and you process it, and then, yeah, it's cool.
Could you imagine ever to stop being a singer and doing this songwriting process kind of stuff for other musicians only?
I think I would have to find somebody who was in a similar lane to me if I was going to write. Who knows? I don't know, you know. I might want to have kids and get a house and not travel the world every single minute one day and do some writing.
I could imagine maybe something for people like maybe Ed Sheeran or Mumford & Sons or stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
This is for me, maybe kind of the same direction. Like it feels very personal and very, you know, kind of based down and very UK, you know?
Yeah, sure. I love a good bit of Mumford & Sons. I actually got banjo on one of the tracks. There's a track on the album called Cry Out. And I love banjo, but it just, they've taken banjo and now everything you play on a banjo sounds like a Mumford & Sons song. You know what I mean? Like you can't play anything. So I was really struggling because it's such a cool instrument. I borrowed one for the day and I was like, I'm determined to get the banjo into this song. So there's one where we put it through an amplifier, so it sounded really distorted and really cool, and then got it onto the album. I was like, yes, we've got the banjo, and it doesn't sound like Mumford & Sons. Winning.
So if there's one of these rare days where there's nothing to do, no tour dates, no interviews, no promo, no songwriting process stuff, what is it like to be like, just have a cozy day?
Well, where I live, there's like a really cool kind of English country pub. But in London, I live in quite like a leafy part of London called Crouch End, and it's really cool. And down the road, there's like a wicked local, and it's never that busy. You can always walk in and get a table, like all the time. But there's always enough people in there for a good atmosphere. So it's really cool going there on like, say if you go there on a Sunday for like a couple of drinks and catch up with my mates, because a lot of them live in that area, which is cool. So, but yeah, the last thing I want to do on my day off is like go an hour and a half across London to go to some special brewery that I've never been to, and I just want to sit at home. I've been everywhere and seen loads of stuff, so I just want to like sit at home and play Xbox or go to the pub.